Hey guys, welcome to the Wealth Rewired podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mark Robinson, and throughout the next couple of series, you will also have my amazing wife, Billy Robinson, as well. And the goal of this podcast is we're going to help you uncover the secrets to building wealth, rewiring your mindset, and living the life you deserve. Like I said, I'm Mark Robinson. I'm your host, and I'm the head coach of the International Academy of Wealth. And I'm here to guide you through the journey of financial transformation. This podcast is for anyone who's ready to break free from the outdated money beliefs and step into a world of abundance and possibilities. Whether you're just starting out or you're already on your wealth building journey, you're in the right space. In today's episode, we're going to be kicking off topics like that set the foundation for everything else, rewiring your mindset. And I can honestly say over the years, this is where I've struggled the most as well. Whenever I've gone to the next level, there's always this something's happening, and it's generally 99% of the time it's happening in here, right? So we're going to be diving into those beliefs that hold you back, how to break free from them, and also give you the tools so you can use to start creating your new financial reality. So let's get started. So let's start with a simple but powerful idea. Your mindset shapes your reality. And this is true for your finances as it is for other areas of your life. And your thoughts, the thoughts you think, right? The beliefs you hold and the stories you tell yourself about money all influence your financial decisions and outcomes. And look, I honestly, I should always be honest, right? One of the funniest things I've always hear. The key for me is I look back and go from a health journey, right? And I kept saying, my parents are overweight, so it must be in my DNA. I've always said I was the fattest person in my group at school, but I wasn't even fat. It's just that my friends were just had six packs, right? They were just incredibly well built. And, so to me, I look at it and I go, well, it's the same thing. And so I've been working a lot on my health mindset, and every time I get to a certain level with my wealth, I know I've got to work on it so that I can get to that next level, that next level, that next level. And we're just going to be sharing, like true stories, hard truths, everything like that. I'm not going to be holding back. Are we all cool with that? Yeah, because that's what this is about, right? I want to keep these sessions really short, sharp, and to the point so that you have a really good understanding. And also having something to take away, right? Whether it's action steps or thoughts to ponder or things to go and research. That's what I want to make this episode or the Wealth Rewired podcast all about. And look, they'll get better and better. Like, this is the first podcast I have done in a long time. I must admit, I'm feeling a little bit rusty, but hey, we'll get there. Yeah. So think about, how many of us grew up, right, hearing things like money don't grow, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, or you have to work hard for your money. These phrases, they may seem harmless, but they create this subconscious programming that shapes how you approach wealth. Right? If you believe money is scarce, you'll act in a way that reinforces the scarcity. Right. On the flip side, if you believe that money flows easily and abundantly, you'll start to notice opportunities you might have missed before. I read this good quote, and I get the feeling we're going to get it wrong, right? I saw it only yesterday, but I'm paraphrasing, right? It basically says, ask for anything you want. The universe is not on a budget. And I love it, right? It's, the universe is not on a budget. It is absolutely infinite. It has so much. It is so abundant that, you just start to rewire your belief system. You're going to be able to achieve the financial goals you want. And ultimately, guys, wealth to me is more about, it's never been about the money for me. If you know my story, and I will share it probably another day, guys, and in the next episode or so. But look, I've spent 35 years in the financial services industry. 13 of those was a licensed financial advisor here in Australia. And I gave up my license so I could, speak my truth. And I know that sounds a bit harsh on the industry, guys, but we weren't allowed to give true advice. We could not turn around and say, none of this would work for you, or you need this, you need that. We had to only sell products that we were allowed to by our licensees. Yeah. So I want you to understand that I understand how the current system works, and I understand how subconsciously, or more like for the industry, right? Consciously, the way that they keep us down, keep us okay at best, right? And there's only few of us who actually become truly financially independent. Now, I've always said that I'm the wealthiest person that I know because I've always been in control of my time, right? Literally been self-employed since the age of 21. And ever since then, right? Ever since then, it has been just one of those things, right? Where I've just gone, you know what? If I can control my time, I'm the wealthiest person I know. And, you know, even some of my mentors, you know, like Robert Kiyosaki and Tony Robbins, you know, I actually don't know about Tony Robbins, but I remember, you know, chatting to the helpers of Robert Kiyosaki's many, many years ago. And, you know, he was on such a tight schedule all the time. You know, he had to be here, he had to be there, he had to be there. Whereas myself, right, I choose to be where I want to be. Like I'm choosing to be recording this podcast right now, even if, you know, our dogs go running around, I'm doing it at home, right? And, you know, there'll be podcast episodes that you'll see that will be in Queenstown, right? And it might be at the top of the mountain while we're skiing, or, you know, it might be in Bali. And it'll be next to a pool, or I'll be interviewing somebody, you know, who, you know, I know in a 12 to 15 minutes will just give you 3 or 4 pointers that will literally change your life. So that's what I want to do, right? So I want to make sure that we keep it really, really short. Yeah. So I want you to sort of start thinking about identifying those limiting beliefs, right, that might be holding you back. But here's a few common ones that we see, you know, over the years that we've been doing this, right? I'll never be rich because I didn't come from money, right? If I make too much money, people would judge me, right? It's selfish to want more. I'm just not good with numbers, or so I'll never be good with money. Yeah, that's a really big one, right? You know, spreadsheets. I'm not a keen fan of spreadsheets. I'm not a fan of spreadsheets either, right? I love the numbers because numbers don't lie. Can be manipulated, right? But they don't lie. And so that's the key there that I really want you to understand is when you come through this process and we start to rewire your mind, you'll start to love the numbers. You'll start to love, you know, the spreadsheets, and, you know, you'll start to love learning about investments. And it's going to be scary at first, right? But it's only going to stay scary if we think that it's always going to be scary. It's those little wee changes, those little wee things that if we can just change in our subconscious, or in our conscious first, and make sure it gets into our subconscious, we're going to be fine, guys. You're going to get through to those levels that you want, that ultimately you end up become financially free, whatever that means to you. Yeah. Because remember, it's build your life your way. Yeah. So the thing when I just said about all those you know limiting beliefs that we've said, like it's selfish to want more and stuff, right? These beliefs are they're like invisible walls, right? You may not even realize that they're there, right? But they keep you from moving forward. And the first step in rewiring is awareness. Yeah. Ask yourself, what do I believe about money? Where did this belief come from, right? Is it serving me? The process might feel uncomfortable, right, at first, but it's incredibly freeing. Yeah. So let's share a quick story, right? Let's call her Sarah, right? Came to me struggling with saving money. She believed that if she saved, she'd never enjoy her life, right? And after some digging, we realized that this belief came from her parents, who constantly stressed about money. They rarely spent anything on themselves, right? And once she became aware of this pattern, she started to create a new belief system, right? Savings gives me freedom and peace of mind. And then over time, her actions aligned with this belief, and she transformed her financial situation. Yeah. So imagine if we took that a next step, right? And we go, investing gives me the clarity and the confidence to make financial decisions. You know, you become an investor when you do your first investment. And most people are actually already investors. Most people have some form of superannuation or pension that their governments are, you know, making them do. So you do have money invested. You just don't think about it. It's not there. You physically haven't gone through the process of doing the investment. Yeah. So I want to finish off this session, guys, with a couple of affirmations, right? How do we start rewiring your wealth mindset. So here are three, right? Three practical tools that you can start using today. The first one is affirmations, right? So affirmations are positive statements that help reprogram your subconsciousness mind. For example, right? Instead of saying I'm bad with money, try I'm learning to manage money with confidence. Yeah, I'm learning to manage money with confidence. And the key is definitely repetition. Write them down, say them out loud, or even record them and listen to them daily. And the reason why we say record them because it's your voice. Yeah, it's way more powerful if you hear yourself saying them. But if you feel a bit funny at the start, and I do, right? I did a breathwork session, and one of the ones that I'm doing at the moment, you have to go om, and I do. I still feel a little bit self-conscious, even though I'm in my own home. I know that Billy can't hear me when I'm doing it, but I still feel it because it's just, it's a new skill that I'm learning. So it'll be the same for you, yeah. But it's okay. Just do it. It's gonna help you a lot. The second one is visualizations, right? So spend a few minutes each day visualizing your ideal financial life. See yourself living in abundance, paying bills with ease, and making smart investments. And the more vividly you can imagine it, the more your brain starts to believe it's possible. Okay. And lastly, gratitude. Yeah. And so gratitude, it is without a doubt a game changer. By focusing on what you already have, you shift your energy from lack to abundance, right? Every day, write down three things you're grateful for, especially related to money, right? Like a steady paycheck, a recent opportunity, or even a small financial win. Like these tools, there's only three tools, guys. Yeah. Affirmations, visualizations, and gratitudes. But these three tools, and they may seem simple, but they're incredibly powerful when you practice them consistently. And the key is consistently, right? Because the brain thrives on repetition. So the more you engage with these practices, the more you'll start to see these shifts in your thoughts and your actions. Yeah. Hope that's good, guys. So look, I'm going to leave it there. Like I said, I want to keep these really short, really to the point. Okay, so there. If you do enjoy this episode, right, and they will get better, guys. Like I said, I'm a little bit rusty, and I'm okay to say that. I'm the same person whether I'm on this podcast or whether I'm on stage talking, or whether I'm in a pub at 11 p.m. at night. All right, what you see is what you get, and I think that's why people enjoy us because we're just authentic, we're real. Yeah. So if you do like it, guys, I hope you enjoy it. I look forward to the episodes coming up. And most importantly for us, if you do like it, please subscribe and notification in the little bell, and we'll make sure that, every episode when it comes, you'll be first to know about it. So bye for now, guys, and see you on the next episode.